Hello. Is this working? Welcome back. What the fuck? What's this? Victory Lane? It's a real cool one. Anyways. Alrighty, so let me do the intro. Alrighty. Alright. Oh. Hello everyone and welcome to the South Point 200 at Phoenix Raceway. I think that's the name. We're back. Last time we did an official broadcast was for the IRRA, and it was the Bojangles 175 at Rockingham, and it had our first ever pre-show that we had broadcasted, so that's pretty cool. But we're here for the last race in the third round of the playoffs, and what's next is the finale 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway. That's going to be another exciting race. So, you know, these people, they're going to really race hard, race aggressive, and really do a lot to try and get that win. And just to try and get to the last race of the season, which is the championship. So this is a race to definitely watch from the beginning to the end. The replay will be released the next day, so like tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So on YouTube, because I have to do this on Twitch because I have restrictions for reasons I won't share. But anyways, so alrighty, it seems like they're beginning to pace. Let's focus on the one and only 6 car who runs the NNRL. This is a big race for him. He's been doing really good this entire season. Another really good racer is AFC in the number 60 car, I believe. Hold up. Yeah, here he is in the 60 in the Build Submarines scheme, and you can see the 20 there in the Spotify scheme. And let's go back to our TV camera. They're already doubled up, so I don't know. Yeah, it's a green flag. All right, let's go racing. Last race of the third round of playoffs. The 18 already engaging in contact with the 30. What the fuck? All right, so we're gonna go on the chase camera for a moment because I like the chase camera. You can see Tyler and the 17. Tyler's in the 22. They just engage in contact, and he wrecked the 17. Here's the 6 car next to the 20, and there's the 18. Oh, that's not a good camera. Here they are. Let's focus on Gavin for a little. He, in the beginning of the playoffs, he was in a bit of a controversy regarding penalties. He was doing some pretty aggressive driving, and that got him penalized. And here he is. He made it all the way through, and he's now, so far, doing really good in this race. The 18 starting to form the gap between him and the rest of the pack, as we are now at lap 5. Damn, that was kind of quick. So, we got 145 laps in this race. Let's focus more towards the center and the middle of the pack. Let's get a rear camera here, if I could. Alright, here's a roof camera. You can see there's the 6 just ahead. DFE, I forgot his number. Who was that? The 95? No, 35. Alright. Fuck. Alright, so here he is. So here's the rear camera. Literally no competition for quite a while, honestly. There's a pretty large gap between Tyler and DFE, who is in the 35 car. But the rest of the pack is starting to catch up. It's sort of just turning into a single file, and everyone's just following the racing line. And by the way, this track is from another league that Kai's in, TSRA, Top Select Racing Association. I think that's what it stands for. So now, this would be turn 4? I don't know. I think that's turn 1, and then turn 2, turn 3, and then turn 4. I don't think there's a 5. So let's go to Cool Guy, which, by the way, I did actually interview him just now. Episode will be released in probably 2 to 3 business days. Off the track. Exactly, bro. Yeah. So, that's him right there. Let's go back to some TV cameras. There he is. So, now, at the front of the pack, there's DFE consistently trying to make passes on Kai in the 6 car, but just mostly unsuccessful. Really. Hold on. Okay, so here's Gavin. You can see the 6 just on his rear. He catched up. Let's get a rear camera thing. Yeah. And you can see there. I don't think you can see the speedometer. Actually, you can. Well, you can't see the speed, but you can see the throttle and the brake. In the turns, you can see the 6 is going fast, but then him slowing down. Is that a new strategy? Trying to crash him? Who knows? But this race is actually going by pretty fast. We're already at lap 13. Last time we checked the ticker, we were at lap 5. So now we're at lap 14. So yeah. All right. There's the roof camera. There's TV2 of the front of the pack. So let's look more towards the center of the pack. You know, just casual, just following the racing line. Not too much action so far. I mean, I thought there would be a lot of action because, you know, it's the last race in the 3rd round. And the last round of playoff races. And the championship. I don't know when the championship is going to happen. I think Kai mentioned it would happen tomorrow, so we might be here again tomorrow. You know, just, yeah. So, and since this is, I am using Prism Live, I recorded the Las Vegas race, first round of the last round of playoffs. And that was happening. So here's Gavin. You can see the 6 trying to make multiple passes. Here he goes low, making the pass, successfully overtaking the 18. And now just racing and going away, forming a space. 18 ought to be mad. At least I think he is. Yeah, 18 tried to retake. He did, but the 6 quickly retake that. You can see the 6 just making space. And there's a 35 catching up to the 18 Gavin. And he is closing in on Gavin in the 18. How's the rest of the pack doing? Let's get a chase camera on Cool Guy. Bear. Yeah, there isn't too much action going on. Not too much passing. You know, stuff like that up back here. So, oh wow, he got 3rd place now. The 35 passed him, as you can see there. Now with 26 laps to go, these drivers really competing, going low. The 6 contact with the wall, and I think he went a little into the 18, so messed up his groove. But yeah, he's just on the tail of the 18 now, the 6. And the 35 now is currently in 1st place here at Phoenix Raceway. And don't forget, I might do it or I might do it. I might do it or I might not do it, depending on if I can. But if I do it, IRA broadcast this weekend at Martinsville. By the way, make your picks in there for MET Fantasy. I might bring MET Fantasy also to the NNRL. That sucks, God. Maybe for next season. Yeah, maybe for next season. Yo, next season though is gonna be like crazy though. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of shit. Trust with marketing and broadcast. Redesigned everything. There's a 6. 35 bumped into him. The 6 just went into the wall. Where is he? Oh, there he is. That really didn't send him back too far, but he's now in 4th place towards the middle back of the pack. So that's not going to be good. And he just slammed into the wall again. And there's AFC passing him. I don't think he's doing too good right now. Wow, that's a lot of race win stickers, isn't that? Huh? That is, wow. How many racing stickers does he have? Alright, he has 2. Where's Gavin? He doesn't have any. Well, there's none on here, so. I saw 2 here. Yep, there it is. We got 2 on here too. None on here, so you know I'm actually gonna root for Tyler. I'm gonna root for the 22. Trust, even though he's like in the very back. Anyways, let's get back to the front of the pack. Here's the 35 and the 18. You can see Cool Guy in the 9 car catching up. 18 doing something with the 35. Almost wrecked him. Spun him out a little there. And now they're just trying to, the 18's just aggressively trying to pass the 35. So that might be an issue for the 35. Now they're side by side. You can see the 18 making a pass and successful overtaking the 35, but the 35 is going to try and gain that back. Here he is, but the 18's being very defensive there. I look, he kind of likes doing it on my iPad. It just feels easier than the whole setup that I got back home. By the way, I am in San Diego, so traveling, huh? Look. All right. So Gavin is making a space between him and the 35, and you can see cool guy there, little mysterious one there in the 9 car, starting to really catch up. We did talk about that when I interviewed him. Hold up, I gotta do something. Alrighty, so I'm back. It seems like a caution was issued. I don't know why. I think it was just because a lot of people had to pit. I don't know. Anyways, though. Yo, Jason, did he wreck? Damn. Well. Oh, well. We have 12 laps to go in stage 1. This race is going by pretty fast, low-key. Yeah. So, let's see if... Oh, that was mighty fast. No crashing into each other? Damn. Yeah. So, I don't know why they're stopping on the track. Why did they stop? There they are, just catching up with us. Anyways, though. So now as the pack reforms, and AFC is now in the very front. Compared to, you know, what I saw before I had to, you know, do my little thing. Yep. And they're doubled up. Just waiting for that green flag. Yep. And green flag's out. Let's continue racing here at Phoenix. Stage 1, 11 laps to go. Competition is already fierce. You can see Tyler, he was like dead last. Now he's catched up thanks to the caution. Here's the 35. Making multiple passes. Contact between the 35 and the 6. The 22, I think, was involved too. Now they're just side by side, the 35 and the 6. 35 pushing through 22 and the 6 now side by side. Let's focus in the middle of the pack. Harden. Here it is. Yeah, we get a little bit of a nicer view. Actually, let's do him. Yeah, so you can see the pack is already starting to deform a little and turning into sort of a single file thing. D4L Jet in the 17 car is, according to the leaderboard, 2 laps down. He's here in the pass tooling scheme. I think that's how you pronounce it. Tyler just slammed into the wall. The 9 just slammed into the 17's rear. That might be an issue. Here's a rear camera view of the 17. There's the 18 and the 22 both trying to pass him. I don't think that's going to work out. He's currently in second place. And you can see Tyler in the 22, 18 kind of pushing. And Gavin in the 18. On the side. And he pulled back. Or no. He made a pass. And he's down in second place. Or not. Or what the? Where's AFC? I don't know where he went. Yo, this is way too clustered. Where's it? Oh. Alright, anyways. So here's the pack. Let's focus on DFE 94 in the 35 car. Here they are, and that's not cool. Let's go to the 6 car. Now as we have 5 laps to go, this is where it may start to get a little heated. Things may start to get chaotic, pardon the lag. Things might go crazy. And D4 in the 17 is still 2 laps down. I don't know where Racing God went. I think he had to leave or something. Who knows? I wasn't here. Now we have 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Whoa. Anyways. So here's the 6. The 6 probably gonna win. Why was there caution? Was it something with the 9? I don't know. I didn't see anything. Yeah, I think it was between Bear and AFC. But so they're doubled up again. So we're probably gonna see that green flag being waved. And as we enter the restart zone, green flag is out. Let's continue racing. AFC already getting busy with the 18. There's the 6. Holding on to that first place spot. Tyler and the 9. Agent in contact, I think. And yeah. Alrighty. Final lap. Gavin, the 6, just slammed. And that was not a good ending. That was a chaotic ending. For sure. And these are the results now as they continue to pace. And probably pit too. So let's go to our chase camera for the pits. These pits are an interesting one. It's on a curve. let's see if DFE94 can keep that first place spot. He was one of the first to come into the pit road here. And yeah, you can see AFC. He got in front. What the fuck? Pardon the lag. Is he worried? So D4, I think he's just going to catch up on the laps part. You can see Tyler here is taking that first place spot because he did not pit. That might be a mistake. But it's his call. And he just landed on the 6 and the 60. That's nice. Oh, green flag's out. Alright. I didn't realize. So, this 6 is still having issues. You know, the 6 really wasn't doing good on that ending, chaotic ending for stage 1. That little mini wreck there kind of just didn't do well for him. And now he's not so good. He's not doing too good right now. He's sort of in the middle of the pack. Now as they zoom by the bleachers, by the stands, by all that. Yeah, so we now head towards the back. Yeah, so now, if I could see the number, the 17 and the 22 are just both competing for the first place spot and to keep it. So you can see the 17 is being a little defensive there. We go to the 17 here. Here he is, Colado. So if we go back to, let's try TV2. So you can see here that he's actually not being too defensive, but he seems to stay in the front and always be in the front ahead of Tyler in the 22. There's the rest of the pack. Let's focus on the rest of the pack for a little. You can see here, this is sort of the middle area, and you can see he's continuing to make passes, you know, being the 10 race winner that he is, you know, he's gonna make passes and advance. And that is a mighty lot of races to win, especially for the NNRL. Because it's a lot. Alright, let's go back to our TV2 camera. It seems to be the only good camera with good angles, except for that one part. So here he is. This is the 6 catching up to the 17. You can see Tyler making a sort of pass, but unsuccessful. They go from side to side to, wow, that happened. Pardon the lag. The 6, and I believe it was Tyler or the 17 got involved there, and that didn't set him back that didn't set him back at all. Well, now he is going to the back, so yeah, let's go. He's now last, but he's gonna try and get back to the front, and it's something that we're just gonna wait to see it happen. So let's go to the front of the pack. Here they are. It's becoming single file racing again. Yeah, there's the pack zooming by. Can you call that one wide? There's not really a lot of two wides right now. not even the 4 wide that we saw at Las Vegas the last time. And I didn't broadcast Atlanta, by the way, which is the race before this one. It's the second race of the last round of playoffs. I didn't broadcast it because that's where the Apple Store and Rockville area is. So yeah, I had to do that. So, but I heard from Tyler that it was a shitty race. It was like a caution every 5 laps. So yeah. Anyways, speaking of Tyler, here he is. He's in first place right now. We now have 31 laps to go. There's Gavin in the 18, starting to catch up. Gavin has a history with the NNRL regarding penalties that is pretty notorious and kind of funny because it's just funny, to me at least. Yeah, it's fun. Okay. So, here we are. Pardon that, I have to sneeze. But, we're back, as you can see. Alright, so here's Tyler. Well, let's go to our chase cam for a moment. So here's Tyler. You can see there's the 6 and the rest of the pack. By the way, the 6 is really competing to keep his 3rd place spot right now. There's a 3 wide behind him, and it's shifting between that and a 2 wide. So it's a real competition there between the back of the pack to pass each other. And it's, in the front at least, starting to become separated and single file racing. You can see the racers going extremely inside. Wow, there he is. The 6 with a pass. You can see Tyler has to pit. There's the P in the chat. Bye. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was some contact with, I believe it was Kulai or the DFE in the 35. Alright. So, there's not too much commenting on video. You can see Gavin is just absolutely rolling it here. As you can see, just going all alone. Here's from the spectator camera. He's just running it, and this is the 6. So that's really good for him. So let's focus more to the denser area of the pack. The back of the pack is pretty dense right now. You can see here we're focusing on the 35 car, DFE 94. So there they are. Say goodbye. Pardon. So there's my stream going on, which is not a good thing. Because sometimes it's so ridiculous. Alrighty, so there is not... It's just single file racing right now. And I'm thirsty as fuck, so I'm gonna get water. All right, 20 laps to go. Where's Tyler? Well, he pitted, and I missed that, even though I did want to cover it. But he's now in dead last. I don't know. D4 is going kind of slow. So let's see what is popping with the rest of the pack. You can see who's Gavin and P1 Collymore in the 6, DFE in the 35. There's Cool Guy in the 9. And here's AFC in the 60, who's currently in 5th place. Not too bad. He's in the top 5. But that's kind of because these two other drivers are way behind or, in the pits. And D4, I don't know if he got parked. I'm not in the comms right now, so I don't know if he did got parked. But if he got parked, then that's unfortunate. Wow, there's 60, lost kind of traction there. I'm going to stay on the chase camera for a while. You can actually see the pack low-key is kind of like starting to catch up. So here's the 3 cars. They're all fighting each other for 2nd place. And just to get ahead of each other so they can try and catch up to Gavin, who's currently absolutely ruling this race. As we now have 16 laps to go. It's about to be 15. He probably is going to win the 2nd stage. You can see the 6th there. Oh, sorry. The 6th place driver right now is Tyler. He's, I believe, 2 or 1 laps down, maybe even more. But D4 is definitely multiple laps down as the race progresses. I don't know why he's in the pits, if he's parked or something, but yeah. So we only have 6 drivers on the track right now. That's kind of low compared to what I heard. Oh wow. Did his game just crash? What the fuck? What happened there? I think he lagged out. I don't know. Something happened. That's Tyler, I believe. No? I don't know. I think that was Tyler, but yeah, caution. So that'll give the drivers some time to, fix their lips, pit, which is what the drivers are doing. So it's gonna give them some time, especially for Tyler. He needs to fix his laps, and also for D4, which is he's kind of wall riding right now. So let's stay on D4, who's in the 17 car right now. Oh, he's 1 lap down. Remember, change his laps, probably. So there's Tyler. He went to the pits late. The 35 and the 9 there kind of collided, as you can see. What kind of statistic is that? Bro, nah, that's crazy. Where's DFE 94? There he is. He's probably gonna go down. But we have 13 laps to go here in stage 2, and I think something's wrong with the leaderboard. But yeah, what is he doing, man? This guy. All right, so green flag is out. Let's continue racing here. Stage 2, 12 laps to go. Driving is going to get aggressive now that the pack is reformed. At least I think it will, and that's what happens in most races. So. Yeah. So You can see I'm 7th place. That's me on the broadcaster. TP. 2009. Alright, here's the 18. You can see AFC has got a lot of progress. He was in the back of the pack before that caution. And we're switching to TV2. So here's the 18, the 60, and the 6 all fighting for first place. Gavin didn't win stage 1. I believe it was DFE94 and the 35. So let's see if he wins stage 2. That's going to give him some nice points. By the way, the 6 car did win at Las Vegas for the first race of the last round of playoffs. 3rd round, which is also the last round of playoffs. So, yeah, so the racing is not really being too aggressive. It's just kind of getting uninteresting. And we are seeing multiple passes be made by the 35 and most definitely the 6, as well as the 9, Bear. And D4, he's a lap down, so that's not going to help out for him. He hasn't been doing too particularly good in stage 2, so we'll see how that does for him. That might hinder his points, and his performance is just not up to par right now in the 2nd stage. So now as the gaps and the space are starting to close, you can see Gavin isn't always going on every lap inside or just low, too low. So the 6 almost just lost control there. You can see it was kind of skidding. I don't know what the word is, but yeah, here's the 18. Yeah, see, the 60 and the 6, they almost lost control. I think they engaged in a bit of contact though, so that may happen. Let's go to the chase camera. It's a little interesting here. Let's just go to our rear camera view. This is the rear camera view of the 18. You can see AFC and the 60 there. Just sort of staying as, whoa, major. Really catched up there. So now AFC and the 18 are sort of starting to separate from the rest of the pack. You can see the 6 there. He won Collingmore, I believe. Yep, he made his pass. He's just zooming by. The 60 is now in first place. This might be a stage win for him, which I haven't seen in some time because I haven't been broadcasting for like 3 races because I'm traveling. So we'll see how that ends up. You can see the 6 is now on the tail a bit of the 18, and there's the 60 way ahead, not too ahead, but pretty ahead, and that may be an issue for the 18. The 18, I don't think likes that. Now as we have 3 laps to go, who is going to win stage 2 here? Fuck, I hurt my finger. At Phoenix Raceway. Now, as we have 2 laps to go, let's check the rear camera. The 6, a gap has formed between the rest of the pack and the 18, but the 6 is trying to close that gap in the middle of that gap. So, yeah. Here's the 60. 18 isn't racing too hard right now. You can see there he is on the spectator cam. Let's go back to the roof and the rear cam. Here they are. And a gap is forming now between the 60 and the 18. The 18 isn't doing too particularly good, but yeah, it's happening. So this is the final lap. The 60 AFC is going to win stage 2. Congrats. So that was, here he is, the 60 in the BuiltSubmarines.com scheme. That is really good for him. But the really important thing is if whoever wins the race, they get locked in for, they are locked in for the finale. And there's a red flag out for I don't know why, but we'll be right back because I gotta do something. Alrighty. Oh, that happened. Alright, so let's just go. Gosh. So I can go into Discord comms for it. And there's a bunch of explanations. Yeah. I think this falls into loud. Alright. So here it is. Yeah, I think they're gonna put the biggest thing there. So that's it. What the fuck? So here it is. So and it's speeding now. That's this. So of course we're not gonna see pit stops, but the speeding thing is annoying because that's an issue. So let's go to our TV camera. See what's popping. And as they're doubled up now, green flag is not out yet. But they're still racing. There it is. Alrighty, so let's head. Oh, this is a new one. Jags be jagging in the 66. So you can see here, something happened with the 35. He had to get out for a moment. So that restart wasn't too nice for stage 3, but here is stage 3. Alright, so this is the 18. The 18 just passed. the 22, as we just saw there. You can see there's the 17 zooming by, trying to catch up and pass. He actually passed Tyler. Here's AFC and Tyler engaging in contact. The 6 sort of involved, and that's not going to be too good for the 60 car, who is now dead last. Would you look at that? Well, DFE's dead last, but AFC's in 7th place. That's second to last. So that's not good for him. Let's see our new driver. He joined extremely late. There's the 66 Jags Bajang. In a very simple livery scheme. Sorry, McKinney. Yeah, it's extremely simple. Simple one. But this sponsor is Tin Can Sim Racing Design, so that's cool. Twisted and Raising Canes and K1 Speed, so that's nice. Alright, so here's the front of the pack. You can see Gavin zooming by. Let's focus on the second place driver, because the 6 is threatening him. The 6 is threatening the 17, and the 17 is sort of being defensive, as you can see here, and the 6 just going low, and yeah, they're just, and he overtook him there, but well, there's, yeah, now he overtook him, so you can see their major competition. And that's not going to be good for the 17. So here's a roof camera. You can see now the 6 is trying to pass the 18. DFE is parked in the literal middle of the track. He's just on the wall. So yeah, that's not too good. Here's Gavin, and here's... Oh, did he pass him? Oh, he made the pass. But that, he was successful. And, whoa, big shift there. You can see here, 18 in the Snicker scheme, trying to make a pass. Here's a little cockpit view. Isn't this cool? Alright, here's the chase camera. You can see, here they are. The 17, the 6, and the 18 just engaging with each other, trying to get first place. We get Apple. Oh, it's a good album. Anyways, the 6 is maintaining his first place spot. That's gonna be really good for him. You know? He did win at Las Vegas. This is probably the 10th time I've said that, but I don't care. This is... I mean, if he wins this is his 11th win in the entire season, so that's going to be good for him. Tried to overtake, but the 6 overtaked him, and we're going to take that spot back. Here's the 66 in the very back of the pack. He might not be in the championship. It depends. So we'll see. Alright, so the 18 keeps fighting with the 6 for that first place spot. He just retook that. And the 6 is now on his rear. Yeah, the 18, the 6 is on his rear. And the 6 is going to keep fighting for that first place spot. Let's focus on the middle of the pack. I'm going to Tyler. Here they are. AFC in the 60, the 17, the 35, and of course Tyler in the 22. And the middle of the pack is sort of dense a little. They're all just trying to fight each other. Contact between the 17 and the 60. That almost got the 60 in deep trouble. Could have really, done him up there. And you can see the rest of the pack is trying to form again and get a little dense again. The 60 is not doing completely good regarding stability, that's for sure. So look, here's the 6 and the 18 still fighting each other for first place. The 6 just passed him. The 18 trying to overtake. Unsuccessful though. The 6 keeps that first place spot. They're going side to side and bumper to bumper, really. Might work out in the end. Oh, this was really good. But yeah, the 18 and the 6 are just play fighting with each other. And just it keeps going from the 6 is in first, and the 18 overtakes, and then the 6 re-overtakes. So that's something that we're just going to keep watching probably for either the rest of the stage or just the rest of the section. The 18 smoked it up, and now he's in the middle, leaving the 6 alone, and now he's in first place. And he's definitely going to keep that for a hot minute, and that it might stay that way, that he's in first place, and he might win this race. And you can see there, the 35 and Tyler catching up. Even the 18 is actually kind of starting to catch up. That might not be completely good, but for the 6, we'll see. Alrighty, so I moved to a new position because I didn't like the laying down, so here we are. Alright, so you can see the 35 there. It's starting to catch up to the 6, and I mean, this is some competition now. After figuring out the 18. Oh, let's see how he deals with it as the laps go by. But there's not too many cars around him. It's not a crazy fight like how we see at tracks like Talladega and Daytona. I actually think the championship finale at Homestead Miami Speedway is going to be very interesting. It is. It's an intermediate track, I believe. But it is kind of short compared to other intermediate tracks. So, racing is definitely going to be fierce there. What did I miss? God, someone had smoke on the track. I missed that. Just looking away. That's not good. Alrighty. So look, there's 35 on the literal rear of. Well, now they're not really on the bumper. Well, let's stay on this rear camera. You can see the 35 just slammed into the wall, and he went like that. I don't know what happened there, mechanical issue or something, but really did him not too well. So here's 18, trying to pass him. Let's go to the chase camera. You can see there. They are all just like we're competing right now. And you see the 18 there. Just past the 6. But not fully. Now it's a bumper to bumper. And the 18 is being extremely defensive. So we'll see how the 16 deal with that. Probably do a little move, or maybe a caution comes out out of nowhere, and that may be good, but what's to say? By the way, thank you for joining us here on MAT Live. Sorry, MAT2. This is actually our first broadcast on MAT2, and I use MAT2 whenever I can't live stream on my desktop, or just whenever I can't live stream on YouTube. Just something that is really convenient. And that I like. So you can see, there's the 6, making passes on the 18, and overtaking the 18. 18 probably really mad. And let's head back to our TV camera. That's not going to be super used to the 18 overtaking again. So this overtaking cycle is going to happen for a good amount of laps. We're going to see that for sure. Let's check out what's popping with the rest of the pack. So let's go to our chase camera for a moment. Here's the 22. He's currently in 3rd place. You can see ASU just behind. He's sort of in the middle of a humongous gap between AFC and Q1 Collingwood. He's sort of in the middle of that. DFE 94 in the 35 at the pit. So, already froze. Yeah, I'm sure CP's in the chat, so we're probably going to see some people pitting. Yeah, here's the 18 going into the pits. That is definitely going to send him back a little. And it is a bit late in the race to do so because, we only have 24 laps to go. So that's not going to be completely well for him. Here's the 66. He's doing pretty good so far. He's an 8th, which isn't good, but, he's 122 laps down according to the leaderboard. So, yeah. Let's head to the front. Oh, he's in the pits. So, just all overtake him. So, let's wait a little. Back to the combat form. Yeah, so he's sort of in the back now. I believe it's Gavin. Wow, he maintained his first place spot. Well, not really. But he's catching up, and now he's in first place. Whoa! Contact between the 35 and the 18 now. I almost flew over the 18. Almost went in the fucking area. And that would have been good for him. Laps wise and more race wise. So, we have 21 laps to go. So good. Anyways, the 17, I sort of catched up a little. Well, not really. According to the leaderboard, he's 120 laps down, but still not catching. That shit's a good spot. Okay. 19 laps to go. Mostly just single file racing. This is, 20 laps to go mark is when you start to see a little bit more aggressive driving. And then when it's 10 laps to go, especially, you get that little bit of aggressive driving starting to really set in. And then you have, especially at 5 laps to go, is when the aggressive driving is at full force and when everyone's just fighting for first place. Mind you, this is also a playoff race, so this is going to be something important for really all the drivers, and they all want to win this. But team wins this. So here's AFC in the 60 car. He has overtaken the 6 and the rest of the pack. He catched up. And he's doing pretty good right now, but the 6 is threatening that spot. They gotta fix his laps. D4. Where's D4? In the middle of the pack, actually. In the 17. Or in the mixed sounds of an apple. I'm surprised DFE is still 1 lap down. Yeah, he's driving. Wow, he's in the back, like in the very, very back. That's funny. I'll catch up. Who knows if the leaders will catch up. Wow, the 6 just passed AFC. If AC win this, I'll be very surprised. I'm gonna race in a good minute. These laps are going by quick. 14 laps to go. Wow. Oh, we're just at 20 laps. Well, let's see how this race ends. Aggressive driving may be a thing, but I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of hard or just tough driving in Phoenix so far. Not too much. I mean, we've seen multiple passes and multiple just aggressive passes. With people going like very in. So we'll see how this works out in the end. Wow. And the 60 isn't even being too defensive. The 18 just passed him. Let's actually get to the 18. So here's Gavin in the 18. And yeah, AFC and Gavin on the AFC is looking for that right opportunity pass to here. Took it, but it's not too successful. And you can see there, the 35, I believe, behind him is taking advantage of the open space. You see this the rest of the pack. And the 6 just passed 18. Was that rude? Damn. That's going to let him retake his spot. So, actually, the 18 just retook the first place spot. Alright, 9 laps to go. Will the aggressive driving ramp up? Let's see. This has so far been a pretty quick race. Looking. See how this works out in the end. I'll be right back. We're gonna throw away the stop him. And yeah.
And we'll be back. And we're gonna have a silent finish. So let's see how this race ends up.
Alrighty, so we have 6 laps to go. Gavin and the 6 keep fighting, retaking, and just overtaking each other. Let's go with the chase camera. Pardon the lag. Alright. It is 18 with no wins, even though he does have wins. It's not skiing. Right, so here's P1 Collingwood in the 6. 5 laps to go. Here's a rear cam video. Cam. You can see there's the 18 and the 60. 60, both trying to pass. Chase camera is kind of the best camera point right now. They're not door to door, side to side. The 60 is trying to catch up. A little gap. The 60 could have taken that. Now they're just bumper to bumper. 3 laps to go here at the last race of the 3rd round of the playoffs. The 18 slamming into the wall. That set him back a lot. The 6 is now in first place. The 60, if he can catch up, might win the race, but it looks like the 6 might win this race. This is something that will add to his already 10 race win thing that he has in the NNRL. So let's just see how this affects. So let's see how this affects everything. The 60 and the 18 bumped each other and almost caused ASU to go flying. Final lap. This is the 6. Let's get a up top kind of camera view of the 6. And there he is. The 6 is going to win this race. P1 Collymore, now he has 11 race wins. Congratulations. No, I'm playing. Congrats. 6 car. Now he's gonna go to, well, he kind of missed the entrance there. To Victory Lane, so that's really nice. So this is, well, because I didn't broadcast Atlanta, this is another win for him. Is he gonna do wheelies? No. Is he gonna do circles? He's trying to. So, yeah. That is it for Phoenix. And that is... I am streaming. Fuck, hold on. Let me get there. too slow. Alrighty. So come out. Oh, he can't despawn the car. Hold up. Hold up, bro. Let me do a merge. Yeah. All right. So, Kai Collymore, how do you feel winning this race at Phoenix?
Fuck, hold up. Oh, sorry. Oh, dude, hold up. I feel really great. We got 11 wins on the season, which is a new record.
Yeah.
Previously, it had been set by me, of course, again. I had 10 wins last season, 10 wins the season before, and I actually said to Dal, I was like, oh man, it kind of suck if I don't win another race before Homestead. And I have 10 wins going in and then get screwed, or I just don't win at all until Homestead or don't even get in. But we won both Phoenix races this season. Really proud of our P1 Motorsports number 6 car.
Are you the team owner?
And we're ready to put it all on the line at Homestead and hopefully get it done the way we couldn't have last season and get two champs on our table.
Alrighty. Do you have any teammates that are currently in this race?
Yes. Caden Escalado, Aiden Curate, and Jason Hall, even though Jason's not on my team. Well, he races for the team aisle, but you know, we all didn't really work well together. I mean, I helped Jason and AFC as much as I could to try to give them the points that they need to hopefully get into the championship four. We don't know the official ruling on who is in and who's not. I believe points are being calculated right now, which reminds me I need to send Bear the stage 1.
Alrighty, so what are you gonna do to prepare for the finale?
Honestly, it's really just a case of oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna just send it to you anyways. It's really just a case of like knowing our pit strategies and knowing that we don't have any teammates besides maybe the ones out of the playoffs, but you know, I know that they'll also help the team owner, Caden. But it's also just a matter of knowing where our speed is and how fast we can be against everyone, especially qualifying. We need to be fast in qualifying. And yeah. I mean, we've won at Homestead twice, so I think we know how to do it.
Alrighty, well, thank you. Good luck at the finale 300 at Homestead. Alrighty, so that's the end of our coverage here. Thank you guys for joining us on our first official broadcast on MET2. So, goodbye.